Good afternoon, Islanders. Today, I want to talk to you about credibility. As you know, credibility is one of the important elements that Aristotle defined when it comes to persuasion, and that is ethos. So we're not only talking about your credibility as a speaker, but the credibility of your topic as well. But let's talk for a moment about your credibility and what you can do to enhance it. There are 3 stages of credibility that we're going to talk about. So please log into Blackboard, click on course content, and then it should be the first document that you see. So, credibility is the audience's perception of a speaker's competence, trustworthiness, and dynamism. Your listeners determine whether you have or lack credibility. Regardless of how they feel about your topic, if an audience member regards you as credible, they will be much more likely to be interested in and receptive to what you have to say. You can think of enhancing your credibility in 3 phases: initial credibility, derived credibility, and then finally, terminal credibility. So let's look at initial credibility first. This is a perception formed before you even speak. It is based on the way you have acted in class. It is based on your reputation. It is also based on your appearance and grooming, as well as your eye contact, posture, and poise. So that means how we look matters, doesn't it? You may be a little nervous about people being judgmental of the way you look, so let's just address it head on. So I want you to think of what you would wear if you're going to meet your significant other's parents for the first time. You probably wouldn't show them how fabulous your cleavage is, and you probably wouldn't have an F-bomb on your t-shirt or sweatshirt. So, you want to neutralize yourself so that what you're wearing does not take away from your message. I wore these earrings on purpose to show you because I got them at a art fair on the island. And I like them because they're fork tines that have been bent into a heart. And hey, it's almost February, so I decided I'm gonna start the Valentine love. However, if I wore these on speech day, they might be distracting to you because of the way they dangle and because you might be looking at them trying to figure out, are those upside down hearts? So ladies and gentlemen, we want to wear earrings that will not be a distraction. Also, if you have bracelets that clank or clink together, you probably would not want to wear those on speech day. Now, I think we can all agree that at this stage, tattoos are not something that are distracting to us. So, I don't think it's necessary for you to cover them. However, let's talk about some other grooming practices that are best practices. If your pants have loops, then you need a belt. If your shirt is designed to be tucked in, you should tuck it in. Ladies and gentlemen, tank tops or camisole tops tend to suggest casual or more of a party atmosphere. So if you have a camisole or sleeveless top, you would just need to cover your shoulders with a shrug or with a scarf. So we don't want bare shoulders, is what I'm trying to say. Also, you don't want writing on your shirt unless it has something to do with your topic. Then you would refer to it in your introduction when you're connecting the topic to yourself. We talked about that last week. So, shoulders back, head held high, and all of that is before you even open your mouth. So that's initial credibility. Let's talk about derived credibility. Derived credibility is the perception formed as you are speaking. It is based on your link to the topic, the way you establish common ground, orally citing your sources during your presentation, showing enthusiasm and sincerity for your topic, defining your terms, using appropriate language, and avoiding fillers, slang, and profanity. Last week, we talked about the importance of connecting the topic to yourself in your introduction. This is what you must do to help your audience understand your link to the topic and your credibility to the topic. So, some of your topics may have language that not everyone is familiar with. It's perfectly okay to use that language as long as you define that term for us. So, initial credibility before you speak. Derived credibility as you're speaking. And finally, terminal credibility. It sounds like a condition, doesn't it? He suffered from terminal credibility. But actually, it's a good thing. It's what your audience is left with when you finish speaking. So, it looks like maintaining eye contact when ending your speech. It is based on finishing completely before you pause and gather your materials. It is also based on you maintaining poise as you walk to your seat. You may feel like running out the door or slamming yourself into your seat and throwing your head down saying, "I'm so glad that's over." But don't do that. You want your audience to be left with your clincher in mind. So let's apply this information. If you scroll down to the second page, you'll see a scenario. The setting is our classroom. We are your audience, and the occasion is speech day. So the first three questions are, what does credibility look like? What does credibility dress like? And what does credibility act like? This exercise is worth 10 points, so I would like you to give me a 10-point response. The next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions are scale questions. We talked about these last week as well. A scale question gives you the opportunity to determine how strongly your audience feels about a statement. So we have 5 different degrees. Strongly agree, agree, not sure, disagree, and then strongly disagree. So I'm asking you to read these statements and respond. Finally, number 10 has to do with what you plan to do to enhance your credibility. I want to know specifically what you plan to do to enhance your credibility on speech day. So, I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, and please complete this Word document, save the file, and then upload it in Blackboard. I will see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.